This is a What's in My Golf Bag winter edition. Now there's a few things that are going to be added in here which are going to be a little bit controversial, so keep watching to see if there's anything that you're missing out and you need to add to your bag. Before we get started, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It helps me, it helps the channel, and it means you'll never miss another video like this. I am going to tag every single product and my outfits down in the description for you to go over and take a look. Right, let's get straight into it, starting with the clubs. So not much changes for me in regards to the clubs during the winter months. The only thing really that changes is that I take less clubs out. I take any clubs that I don't use as much out, and then I put them back in the summer. So putter for me, I use the Cobra Nova. It's absolutely fantastic. So many people ask which one I use. It's just so good. And then I use the Super Stroke putting grip as well. I use Pistol #1 and it's got a weight at the top. This is personally, it's changed my putting game so much. And then going into the woods, this is where in the winter I'll take my 5-wood out because I carry a 5-wood, a 7-wood and a 3-wood. So I'll ditch the 5-wood and I'll pop it back in the summer. And then obviously with my driver, I keep that in. The only thing I change from my driver is the degree. So where it's a 12 on here, I'll ramp it down to maybe 10.5 because the ball travels in the winter, it doesn't travel as far with the cold air. So as soon as the ball hits the ground, it plugs and it doesn't roll. So if I can just ramp it down to 10, then that means it's gonna fly through the air a little bit lower and it's got a better chance of rolling out once it hits the ground. So for driver and woods, I use the Cobra Dark Speed. So good, so good. And then with the irons, again, I'll ditch the 5-iron and I'll pop it back in the summer. For me, I use the Cobra Forge Tech X. These have been so good for me, super forgiving, and I love them. I use a 5-iron down to a 9-iron. And then our wedges. So I use the Cobra Snakebite. They're just so good. I use a 60 degree, a 54 degree, and a gap wedge. Okay, so that's it for clubs and putter. Now, I do pop 2 alignment sticks in there as well because during the winter, this is the time we want to improve. So I keep them in there because they're essential for me. And then I also add my umbrella. Of course, I live in the UK. It's going to rain at some point. So this is a huge Cobra umbrella, absolutely fantastic. And it's another essential. Accessories. So what do I add to the bag? I add at least 1 towel. Why is that? It's because it gets muddy, it gets wet. And the reason behind 2 is because 1, I'm going to use one, you can see this has been used. I'm going to use that for my clubs. I'm going to use that to wipe my hands. And this one, I pop over my clubs in case it gets raining. If it starts getting wet, you want to keep your clubs and your bag as dry as you can. So 1 towel sits underneath and 1 towel just goes in to my bag. And that takes me to this. Now this is very controversial and it's something that helps keep the clubs dry. You pop it over, you stick it on your bag when it starts raining. You zip it up and you zip it back down once you've got your club out. I leave it in my bag for if it gets really wet because throwing a towel over all the time can be hard. A lot of people don't use these because they don't like the look of them, but they've been designed for a reason. It's waterproof. If it's really bad, just pop it on. It'll save your clubs from getting wet and it'll save a few strokes out on the golf course. Talking about wet, I always have my waterproofs. So I have my bottoms and my top. I always wear this anyway just to keep me nice and warm, and then the bottoms I put on once it's gone really muddy and it's gone really cold. And now the next controversial piece is this. So I ran a poll a few days ago and asked my followers if they knew what this was because I posted a video and you were all confused, what was it? So lucky for you if you don't know what it is, but most courses in the UK make us use these during the winter months. And it's to protect the course and to stop the fairways getting ruined in preparation for summer. It's an essential piece. The courses make them mandatory. Not every course, but a lot of parkland and woodland courses require you to use them because they get most wet. And then we go into, again, keeping ourselves warm. I always carry winter mitts and a pair of winter gloves. Not a lot of people use these and I don't know why because they're so good. The wetter they get, the better they perform. So if it's raining, you haven't got to worry about your hands slipping. Put 2 gloves on and they're fantastic as well. They keep you warm, they're like a thermal layer. You get absolutely roasted. And that's nearly it for this big long side pocket. I just add in a couple of gloves and always carry a brand new glove. They go in there too. And then my Rapsodo MLM2 Pro, which is a game changer. This is portable, you can take it anywhere with you, and it's so good during the winter months because you've not got to worry about not being able to go on the course, because you can use this in a golf net, you can use it out on the course if you want to, you can use it on a driving range. It's just so good. And now this front pocket is where I put all my balls. So I've got a few with me today. I always carry, especially in the winter, a few more than I would like because, as you know, the ball plugs, the balls go under leaves, and they're hard to find. So I carry around 6 to 8, even 10 sometimes, not because I've got no confidence in myself, but again, it's easy to lose balls in the winter. And then another essential is hand warmers. So these are rechargeable hand warmers. So good and keep you super warm and last for ages as well. You can also buy these hand warmers, which you just shake. I think they last for 8 hours and go super hot. And then moving into smaller accessories. So I always carry Sharpie pens to mark my golf balls, a pitch repairer. If none of you know what this is, then you need to know. It's when the ball lands on the green, it makes an indentation. Just repair your pitch mark with your pitch repairer. You can use a tee as well, but they're always handy to have. And then I always carry plenty of tees. Every colour that I use, I carry plenty of, because if you've not got a tee, then it makes you panic. You just don't feel prepared and you're asking your playing partners to borrow tees. So carry as many of them as you need. And then a ball marker. So I always carry this small pink ball marker. It's got a little spike at the side, so it sits really nicely on the green. If your playing partner's playing behind you, it'll just glide over, it won't bounce off. I see a lot of huge chunky ball markers and they can cause more time wasting than ever. So get yourself a small flat ball marker and that'll do the job. And then I use a groove brush, so this cleans out any dirt in your grooves. And then this piece is an Apple AirTag. I carry this with me everywhere I go with my golf bag. So that just slides in there. I hide it sometimes. So it's clearly not obvious. And then my rangefinder. So this is my go-to rangefinder. It's so good, especially in the cold days. Its stabilisation is unbelievable and the accuracy, I'm just so happy with it. So this is the Nikon Coolshot Pro 2. It's fantastic. I use it for every single shot and I just love it. So that goes somewhere easy to reach like this, because as I say, I use that on every single shot. I then carry not 1 but 2 spare batteries with me because I would never want that to run out of charge. It changes my game. So if that runs out of charge, I'm doomed. And then here you can see I've got a pad and a pencil. So I pop any stats down that I need to know, especially if I'm out having a practice round or I'm chipping away, I'm on the driving range. I'll put any stats on there that I need to know, and it's always easy to reach. Of course, a snack essential. My Nikon bottle. This is just so good. It keeps my drinks cold in the summer and warm in the winter. Nothing better. Put some sneaky hot chocolate in there. That goes in the side here when I take that out. This piece is super controversial, but if you don't know, then I suggest you get to know, because in the winter when the ground's frozen, it's freezing cold, it's super hard to put your tee in the ground. Also, another good example is in the winter, a lot of courses start playing off mats. Trying to rest the tee in the mat, it doesn't work. Your tee flops over, gets super frustrating, and you'll find yourself using an iron where you should be using a driver because you can't get the tee in the ground. So these are rubber pyramid tees. There's 4 different heights. We've got driver, another driver if you feel like you need to hit it a little bit lower, and then you've got woods and irons. They're so good. All you do is undo the knot, lay it down, pop your ball on, and away you go. It takes any stress away, It takes any digging into the ground, and you'll thank me after that one. Finally, we've got our wrench. So our wrench tool is what we've just spoke about at the beginning. So when I say I take my degree down from 12 on the driver to a 10, I use this for that. So this is a tool I take everywhere with me, because if I don't have this, then I can't make any adjustments to my clubs. So this is a life changer, and it's another essential. So then I'll just zip everything up, pop everything in there. Obviously balls go in here, anything quick and easy to reach, like my rangefinder. This is full of clothes and things to keep me warm. I've got my hot chocolate, and then I just stick my mat in the side. Again, that needs to be easy to reach because I use it for pretty much every shot apart from putting. So if I'm rummaging around for that, then I'm going to waste so much time. And that is everything that I carry in my golf bag during the winter. I am going to tag every single product and my outfits down in the description for you to go over and take a look. So if you want to know where everything's from, it's in the description. So if you love this video and you want to see more, then make sure you hit subscribe, because as I say, it helps me, it helps the channel, and it means you'll never miss another video like this. And you'll get better at golf at the same time, so what's not to lose? Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.